I'm Meredith Honig. I'm a professor of education, policy, organizations, and leadership, and director of the District Leadership Design Lab here at the College of Education at the University of Washington. Our research is really about one of the most enduring and elusive questions we have in education, which is how do we make sure that each and every student has great teaching every single day in a predictable way? I mean, can you think of a parent who doesn't want that for their kids, or a child who doesn't want that for their own experience? And we know from a lot of other research that you get that when you have excellent teaching in every classroom, and you get excellent teaching in every classroom when you have a great principal in every school. And there's a great deal of research that focuses on that school piece, but we don't get great principals unless they're in a school system that helps them be successful. So our research is really all about the system piece, and we focus on the school district central office. And that's the bureaucracy that sits kind of on top of schools, sometimes quite literally sitting on top of them, that is in a unique position to really support great schools for every child every day, but often gets in the way. So our research focuses on what do central offices do when they enable schools to be successful. For whatever reason, central offices have been really neglected in research, even though they're so important to school success. So if you look at all kinds of research, whatever your topic is, you choose a topic: curriculum, instruction, assessment, community partnerships. The central office always appears in those studies, but is a barrier to success. And so with our work, we go into central offices where leaders really understand their history of not doing a great job on behalf of students, on behalf of educational equity. And we really take a strengths-based approach and try to understand, if you're a leader and you understand the mismatch between the central office you're in and the central office you need to be in if you're going to support schools well, what is your work? What do you do day to day? And so we uncover what the daily practices are in a central office that matter to those results in schools. And we really get into the weeds. So if you work in a school district central office, chances are your number one question is, what is my job? What's the right work? And chances are, if you started on your first day of work at the central office, they might have shown you to your desk. Maybe there was a handbook about what your job is, and people said, get to work. But there's very little guidance at the central system level, which is such a loss, because you've got great people working in school district central offices. They go to work in those central bureaucracies precisely because they want to realize equity at scale. So not just in a few schools or for a few students, but for all students, especially our historically marginalized students. But they're stuck in these systems that they inherited. They were actually set up 100 years ago, when the job of a central office was to actually make sure schools were socializing students and streamlining processes, not really embracing diversity as a resource. A main theme of our research is about people, and it's about people who work in school district central offices. And if you look at who those people are, they're typically parents of kids in the district schools. And one of the kind of missed opportunities in school district central offices is those people, the staff, who, many of whom have worked there for many years, they have great ideas about how they could be supporting schools better, but they're often stuck and rarely asked, hey, what do you do? Like, what are your ideas about how we can improve the system? So our research is really about elevating those voices of staff. And a main theme of our work is that everyone needs to lead if we're going to get to great schools. So in that sense, it's very humanizing, and it's really about helping people within school systems feel valued and like they have a voice. One of the things I love about doing this work at a university, and especially this College of Education that's so committed to community engagement and school system engaged scholarship, is that it's a main mission of ours to partner with all kinds of school districts. So we make our research as available as we can. It's publicly available. We run networks of districts that are interested in learning about the research, and learning how to make it theirs, like make it an integral part of their vision and move it forward.